Hi guys, I'm Ruby and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be testing out the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette. We're going to be swatching, putting a look together and having final thoughts. Now let's get right into it. I'm so excited for today's video. I went ahead and did my base, as you can see, just a blank canvas. So I've done my eyebrows, foundation, and I also tried out this new Too Faced bronzer. So if you're interested in that review, and I also do a comparison with the Fenty that I uploaded on Wednesday. But in this video, we're going to be trying out the Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette. So this eyeshadow palette, it's not new, but it's giving my new favorite. I was watching a celebrity makeup review and she mentioned this. So let's unbox this from its beautiful packaging. So it's a matte eyeshadow palette, Major Dimensions 3. Let's open up. Ooh, guys, this is giving luxury. I feel like Patrick Ta's stuff looks so nice and heavy. You guys can have this first sneak peek. This is why I feel like this is going to be my new favourite palette, because it's giving the shades that I love. This is like the Makeup by Mario palette. I love that because the shades are giving me all neutral, but just the perfect neutrals as well. Like you can give ombre, you can give a smoky eye. Oh, love it, luscious. Oh my god. And on the side there, it's got two liquid eyeshadows. Or are they liquid liners? I don't know. I cannot wait to dig in. So first I'm going to do some swatches to show the shades and just to explain the colours, but you can kind of see they're basically nudes, but we're going to see what the pigment is. Let's dig in on how the shades look. Okay, so we're going to go in with the palette shades and swatch each one. So we're going to go from this side all the way across, starting with the shade Impressive. Ooh. So it's a very bright white. I wouldn't say it's white, I would say it's more of a nudie shade. And the formula is very soft, guys. It's a very soft, buttery formula. And the colour payoff is fantastic. So that is Impressive, a nude white. Now going in with the shade Non-Negotiable. This shade is more of a nude, not a white, it's more of a creamy nude. Irreplaceable. Oh, I love that. So that shade is more of a pinky nude, like a mauve shade. Trademark. Fundamental. This is the shade Crucial. Essential. This is the shade Needed. Shade Classic. And finally, the shade Staple. This is the full range in that eyeshadow palette. I would say that the pigment on the darker shades is probably better than the lighter shades. As you can see, the lighter shades, as I did the one swatch, kind of ran out towards the end, whereas these ones prolonged their colour longer. And this is the full palette range. The formula is very buttery and consistent throughout. And lastly, let's go in with those two liquid shades, which is almost a replication of the shades Staple and Classic. You've got the shade up here, Mandatory, and the shade Refined down here. So I'm just going to put them here. So they are just two liquid shades, as you can see. Like eyebrow pomade, that's the consistency. Okay, so now we've done the swatches and I've cleaned my arms. So let's get right into the makeup look. So I'm going to go for kind of something I usually gravitate towards, because I can do a proper comparison on how well I can get it all to blend together, because I do this look regularly. Also on this look, I'm going to dip into those liquid shades. And I will zoom you in. I'll zoom you in closer. Oh, I love having you in this close. So I'm going to go in with the shade Needed. So these are just going to help blend those lighter shades and dark shades together so that they blend nicely. Going in with that shade Classic. And I'm using that same brush that I used for that transitional shade, and I'm just buffing that out. Not picking up any extra product, just using what's on the brush and what's on my eyes. Now using this 288 Zoella brush, I'm going to be going in with the black, also known as Staple, and I'm going to be buffing from the outside and slightly inwards to give a gradient look. Just dipped in again. And just gradually bringing it across. And then going back in with the 224 brush by Zoella that I did the crease with, just to blend it in. Now going in with Zoella 227 brush, just to buff out around the edges. It's got nothing on it, so it disperses. I'm basically doing a warm nude look because I'm going to be using all these shades at the top. And then if I want to do a cooler look, I will use the shades at the bottom, which I could do another day. I have used the black, so I've used the black on the bottom, but then all of these I'm still using. So I'm going to go in with this lighter nude shade, Trademark, and then this lighter shade, Non-Negotiable, in the center of my eye. So I'm just going to go here. Blended with the black and that brown transitional shade. And I'm doing that with the 231 brush by Zoella. And now going in with the shade Non-Negotiable, and I'm going to be patting that in with the 234 brush. So I'm just literally patting that on my eye, almost creating a cut crease. And then we're going to go back in with Trademark. I've not dipped back in to the shade. I'm just literally buffing around the edges just to make it less stark, like less sharp. Then lastly, for the center of my eye, I'm going to go in with the shade Impressive. I've done this with a Real Techniques brush, a skinny one. I don't know what brush it's called. There's nothing on it. I've had this brush for years. And there is a little bit of fallout from that, so I'm just going to dust it off with what I put my setting powder on with. And now I'm going to do under the eye. So I'm going to basically be using all the same shades with all the same brushes with different shades. So on the outer edge, I'm going to be going in with that black again, and I'm squeezing that brush together just to have more control. Dark brown in Classic, which we used as a transitional shade, and I'm squeezing the brush again for more control. And we're going to slightly brush over where that black stops and brush into the eye, just so it fades together. Now going in with the lighter shade Trademark, squeezing again together and brushing it back. And going in again just a little bit with that classic brown shade. And the last shade, Mandatory. And lastly, with this angled Zoella brush in the shade 217, I'm going in with this wing eyeliner brush, and I'm going to be dipping into that black liquid shade. Super close to that wing line. And I just keep going in on that wing because I'm struggling to get a very sharp point. It might be my brush, or it might be just because the formula's not stiff enough. I'm going to go in with the brown liquid with my teeny weeny fine line. I think it's a 315 brush. Not sure because it's rubbed off. Yeah, and I'm just going to go in the middle here to give my eye a bit more definition. Okay, so done. So this is the eye look I've achieved. It's like a light to dark, and we have also wing eyeliner as well. I'm going to now do the other eye, put some lashes on, and then I'll be back with you with the final makeup look. Makeup finished. So my final thoughts on the Patrick Ta makeup palette. And honestly, I'm actually in love. I love how my eyes turned out. I love the shade range, and I also love the added liquids on the side here. The cost of this palette was £62. I don't know how many dollars that is. It's probably about $70+. I would actually say with the packaging, just how pretty and sleek it looks. Also the shades, the formula, very buttery. Even though there was quite a bit of fallout, it hasn't made an indentation into the shades themselves. There's still almost like I didn't even touch it. You can still see the definition on them all. And I've swatched this today, and I've also used the palette as well, right? As well as this, you have this liquid little piece over here with this little door. And it is the first time ever I'm seeing this in a makeup palette. Maybe it's just the makeup palettes I use, but I've never seen that extra part. Obviously the Mario palette has similar shades to what's here, but it does not have this extra section. Also, with these shades, they are actually very matte. I always find with the Mario palette, there's always a bit of a sheen with the shades that it has. Even though it's supposed to be a matte palette, there's a slight sheen, whereas these are very matte, very silky formulas. So I would say I prefer this to the Mario palette. Overall, I think value for money, especially in today's pricing, yes, I think it's worth the £62. Obviously, Patrick Tart is more of a luxurious brand. It feels like it's exclusive, and it's got, oh, that little extra with that little liquid formula door. And use for this, you can use going out, glam, natural looks, neutral looks, everyday makeup. It is so versatile for all shades. It caters for everyone. Your skin tones on the lighter side, your skin tones on the dark side. This caters for everyone. This palette overall for me is definitely a 10 out of 10. I can't think of any downside to it. Love the palette, and you all should give it a try. It's definitely going to be a staple in my collection from now on. And let me know what your staples are, what palettes you love to use, and maybe I should try those out. Thank you for watching my video today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!